Mesdames et messieurs, bonjour et bienvenue au Royal. May I extend a very warm welcome to all of you for taking the time to come out for this special announcement. I would like to acknowledge the presence of some of our Board of Trustee members who are here with us today, as well as the Research Institute. So thank you very much. And I'd love to extend a special warm welcome to the members of the Board of Directors of the Mach-Gaensslen Foundation, Dr. Arnold, Dr. Carruthers, Mr. Tetterfield, and Mr. Hoffer. Today is about the future of promising young researchers across this country, dedicated in making new discoveries in the treatment of mental illness. May I introduce to you a man who is very proud of the quality of care and research at the Royal. While he has led the International Red Crescent Society in Geneva and the Canadian Red Cross among a number of organizations, his passion is about making a difference in mental health as President and CEO of the Royal. C'est avec fierté que je vous présente notre chef, George Weber.
Thank you very much, Nicole. Good morning, everyone. Bonjour. Bienvenue au Royal. You've all joined us here today on the promise of a special announcement about mental health research. The fact that you've taken time to be here is, to me, a testament to the value that you and our entire community place on mental health. So thank you very much for coming for this special occasion. As you all know, mental illness is a huge burden on our society. It affects individuals, families, friends, colleagues on a deep personal level, and costs our economy billions of dollars every year, an estimate over $50 billion. We therefore need to help people get better faster. We can only do that by broadening our knowledge on the brain and exploring new approaches to care. In short, the path to better mental health is through research. C'est par la recherche que nous allons y arriver. With that in mind, I am very proud, let me repeat that, very proud to announce the creation of the Royal Mach-Gaensslen Prize for Mental Health Research. This unique national prize will award $100,000 to an early career researcher each year for the next 10 years. Our goal is to celebrate the success of outstanding young researchers and encourage them to continue the pursuit of knowledge and innovation, because these are the things that will lead to breakthroughs in mental health care. Ce prix se veut un outil d'inspiration pour les jeunes chercheurs, les valoriser et les encourager à atteindre des nouveaux sommets de recherche de la santé mentale. This prize has been made possible by a generous gift of $1 million from the Mach-Gaensslen Foundation of Canada. The Mach-Gaensslen Foundation is an organization dedicated to promoting discovery and encouraging young doctors to make research an ongoing part of their careers. I would like to take this moment to thank the board of the Mach-Gaensslen Foundation, Ian Arnold, Anthony Tattersfield, Richard Hoffer, and the chair, Dr. Chris Carruthers. Let's give them a big hand. Our organizations share a sharp focus on mental health research, which has led to a strong partnership, evidenced not only by today's announcement, but also by another $1 million gift last October, which helped to establish the DIFD Mach-Gaensslen Chair in Suicide Prevention Research at the Royal. You are truly game changers for helping us put mental health research in the public domain and highlighting why this work is so important. Together, we are elevating the field of mental health in Canada. So Chris, Ian, Anthony, and Richard, thank you very, very much. I am excited to say that the 2015 competition for the Royal Mach-Gaensslen Prize for Mental Health Research is now open. We look forward to introducing Canada to our first winner in the fall. Dans quelques mois, nous aurons le plaisir d'annoncer le ou la gagnante du prix et de célébrer l'innovation en santé mentale. Thank you very much for your attention.
Merci beaucoup, Georges. I now have the unique pleasure to introduce someone who is very well known and respected in this community and who has excelled in healthcare sector at many levels. He started his debut as an orthopedic surgeon, moving into several leadership roles and culminating as Chief of Staff of the Ottawa Hospital. He has helped steer the transition at Briere Continuing Care and today continues the mentorship role of fostering physician leadership, coaching, and transition planning for a number of hospital and healthcare organizations. He has served on countless boards, including the Canadian Blood Services, the University of Ottawa Heart Institute, and Accreditation Canada. At the Royal, we have been impressed by Dr. Carruthers' passion of contributing to the brain trust of Canadian research in healthcare. Dr. Carruthers is chair of the Mach-Gaensslen Foundation of Canada, which honors the lives of Václav Mach and of Dr. Hanny Gaensslen by supporting research related in the field of cardiology, oncology, and most importantly, psychiatry. The foundation has supported student research at Canadian medical schools, providing more than $3 million in grants since 2005. So please join me in welcoming Dr. Carruthers, who will share his board's vision of this wonderful $1 million gift to elevate and celebrate mental health research. Veuillez accueillir Dr. Carruthers.
Thank you very much, Nicole. It's an exciting day to be here and announce this gift. First, I'd like to talk a little bit about the foundation. Mr. Mach, who in later life married Dr. Gaensslen, left his wealth to establish foundations in Canada and Switzerland. He escaped Czechoslovakia at the end of the Second World War. He ultimately came to Canada and worked in the textile industry and was quite successful. He was very appreciative as to what Canada allowed him to do. Mr. Mach specified he wished his foundation to support research in oncology, cardiology, and psychiatry. Psychiatry, and more broadly mental health, is an increasingly important health area that needs even more support and resources. Historically, society has contributed more financial support to oncology, cancer, and cardiology, heart and stroke, than to mental health. The board of directors I wish to thank who are here, Ian, Tony, and Rick. And I'd like to thank them for working on this project with us, and also David Hill, who cannot be here today, for their inputs to make this initiative to fruition. As mentioned, since 2005, the Mach-Gaensslen Foundation has distributed over $3 million, mostly to medical students, to do short research projects in between their third and fourth years of school. This is our second initiative with the Royal to improve mental health care. The first was the research chair in suicide prevention. How did we decide on this initiative? It's a unique story. I and Tony Tattersfield heard the Governor-General David Johnston speak to a group of Ontario University trustees in Toronto in November of 2013. It was an excellent presentation. His key words that struck us there were, and I quote, "The emergence of world-class community of researchers and creative minds in Canada is undoubtedly one of the country's greatest achievements of the past 50 years. But it's worth asking," the Governor-General said, "do we as a nation and does the world at large recognize the talent that exists in Canada today? Are we celebrating the work of our leading scholars and the spirit of learning and critical thinking that drives them? Is their success being shared with and noted by the world?" Our board spent a good time collectively talking about his comments. We recognize the importance of mental health and the need to support efforts to improve mental health. We recognize the importance of research. We decided that a prize in mental health could make a significant difference. The Mach-Gaensslen Foundation has, as you heard, committed $1 million over 10 years for an annual prize of $100,000 to be awarded to an outstanding young clinical researcher in mental health. The prize is undirected. The clinical scientist winner will be selected by a committee of prominent scientists and citizens. Though we are a national foundation, we teamed up with the Royal as it is a local and national success story and a leader in mental health research and treatment. I want to thank particularly Andre Steele from the foundation, who could not be here today, and Dr. Zul Morelli for helping us to make this happen. We hope this prize will encourage young mental health clinical research to continue their excellent work and demonstrate to the world the excellence of Canadian researchers and their research. We also hope that this initiative to support mental health will encourage others to step forward to support mental health, and particularly work with the Royal. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Crothers. I now have the pleasure of introducing a man who sees a future of hope, of new discoveries, of personalized treatment of mental illness. Today's announcement empowers him to fulfill his vision. May I invite our neuroscientist, President and CEO of the Royals Research Institute, Dr. Zul Morelli, to explain the details of this wonderful prize.
Thank you, Nicole. Imagine a future free of mental illness or the symptoms of the disease. I would like to thank the Mach-Gaensslen Foundation. You are investing in the brightest research minds across Canada and in the minds of millions of Canadians affected with mental illness issues. Communities, families, future generations will benefit from every dollar invested in each day we will invest towards finding better solutions and services for all those that suffer in silence. This award is going to be, as you heard, helping establish the careers of individuals who are dedicating their lives to research, and by doing so, recognizing, like we recognize some of our top hockey players and sports celebrities, we also need to recognize the people who are leading the charge to change the course of mental illness, and this is what this award is going to do. It's going to set the ground and recognize the important work that they commit day in, day out, not just them and their teams of students and young trainees that are going to change the course of mental illness now and forever. So we'll be expecting individuals to compete for this like you do in any other major event, and then the prize, we have in place a panel of experts. These are internationally recognized experts in the field that are already in place waiting for the applications to come in, and we're going to be launching it this morning, and then this panel of judges will select the best one for this year, and then we will be doing the same thing every year for 10 years. This is really a momentous occasion for the Royal, for Mach-Gaensslen Foundation, for the Institute, and for Canada, if not, we say globally. There are not too many prizes. We don't recognize our young people. So thank you very much all for this significant effort. Thank you.